Hello guys, Sleepy Godzilla here, and I just wanted to come and say hi. First off, I want to say thank you for all your likes, and for the people who subscribed, I want to say thank you very much. It's just a little channel, and I'm pretty much just all about like tactics and the PvP stuff. So jumping right into it, I recently went into a 1,000-point tournament, or not tournament, but crusade, and I was able to take home a win for the Emperor. And this is my list. Starting off, I have the command blob. I have the Cadian commander, who still has the bolt pistol. So still rocking the bolt pistol just for style, but I would recommend the plasma pistol just because it's just a little bit more powerful. I've got the Cadian, the Cadian Castellan. He's leading the Cadian shock troops. In there, I have double plasma, crack grenade launcher, and Melta, which I think is a pretty powerful setup, honestly. Moving on, I have 2 units of Kazakin. They're embarked in the Chimeras. Very good flex unit. You could run them together. I have the Chimeras equipped with double heavy bolter, which, dude, I am a firm believer in heavy bolters now. I just think they're just awesome, and I love them. This Kazakin unit, I have double Melta, double Flame, which I used to not like that build, but now I think it's like my go-to build, because it's just like that firing deck turns it into like kind of like a Hellhound, and the Flamer, or excuse me, for the anti-tank and the flamethrowers are turning into like a Hellhound, so hi baby. So moving on, I got 1 armored sentinel, and that was because my kids had gotten into my stuff and taken away my command unit. So the armored sentinel, but it ended up being a kind of just a little hindrance, just add a little bit of firepower where I needed it. All right, carrying on. My armored sentinel, I have a autocannon, which I'm starting to love autocannons, honestly. I think they're great. I think they respond very well to orders. You got strength 9, 72-inch range, and they do 3 damage, which is a little bit more than the heavy bolters. The heavy bolters do 2 damage, so the autocannons, they do damage. You get like 3 or 4 attacks with the autocannon, and which I think is kind of interesting. Like their toughness, I think is something to be taken home about. I think like they're T8 or T9. And they get a 2-up, which is pretty cool considering this command squad, 65 points, 65 points, 55 points, and then if I add a command unit, it's another 65, so 6, 12, 18, 20, like, you're almost roughly in that realm of 250, in that range of points for, 3 armored sentinels, you're at 18, 1900 points, or 190 points, roughly. And you've got a lot more toughness coming down. There needs to be a lot of anti-tank coming your way. But I think they don't bring as much firepower as a, squad of guardsmen. So it's like, do you want that glass cannon to really delete units, or do you want that, a little defensive stat? And I will say this is like, they really responded well to the Castellan giving him orders. Armored sentinels have squadron and regiment keywords, so when you shoot that hunter killer, which I believe is normally hitting on 4s, it's going to be hitting on 3s, which is, it's nice. So especially if you get like a blob with like, anyways, moving on. This is what I took this time. It was a 1,000-point crusade battle. I had a Attilan Rough Riders, which they got deleted, but they were able to charge and they were able to do some board control. And lastly, I had the Rogaldorn, which didn't really do as much damage, but it concentrated a lot of the firepower. And I didn't run Rogaldorn type commander, mainly because like I'm more of a big fan of like having the defensive stat when it comes to my tanks, because yeah, if they shoot or they hit, that's fine, but I really need them to be on their not exploding tip. So that's what I took. Long story short, 2 Kazakin, command blob minus the command, led by Castellan, armored sentinel, Attila Rough Riders, 2 units, 2 chimeras, and the Rogalorn, and I've got double Melta. So Melta, was it Pulverizer Cannon, I believe it was. Anyways, that's my setup right there. Sorry I don't have everything totally memorized. I'm still getting the hang of it, but we're winning games. We're getting there. And my opponent was a great opponent. It wasn't like I'm not saying anything bad about him. Much love. Anyways, if you're in the Las Vegas area, I definitely recommend going to War Room Games. It's a pretty cool spot. They didn't pay me to do that, nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, it's a really cool spot, and the people there are super friendly, and they're always looking for new people to play. So, y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching.